What's up, guys? Vince right here, and welcome back to another Vince Talk, where I talk to you guys about news and stuff happening in my life. Just a good old short, well, hopefully short Vince Talk. Let me tell you, I get these long, big time. But as I'm recording this, I'm gonna be seeing my boy Stefan tomorrow, and we're gonna be doing a podcast and meet up, go to church, and all that. Just the good stuff. Just the good stuff. Anyways, let's get into this. Happy early 4th of July, 4th of July weekend for those that are celebrating it, especially here in the States. And also, yeah, I just got a new gym. So I've been working out, pretty much trying to lose some weight, all this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to look good, okay? So yeah, I've been going to the new gym, has a spa, has the manly man's room, which is basically the boys' locker room. And also it has like 3 swimming pools. Your boys live in lavish, okay? So yeah, pretty much got that going on. And pretty much I've been saying that a lot, jeez. I've been trying to get this channel monetized. It's really hard. So a little update, because I know last week I did talk about the monetization of this channel, and it has been kind of tricky here and there. So far it's doing good, but it just takes a little bit more time. So I'm not sure where this will land or anything like that, but I am trying to get it monetized in one way or another. And also, like, I've been trying to do this, like, thing with the AdSense. I literally sign up and then it already suspend me for suspicious payments or whatever. I don't know what's that all about. So I'm trying to fix that, hopefully to make a meeting with the Google support to actually figure that out. And also trying to actually figure out, different content ideas for this channel so that, the viewers will come in more. And there's going to be a lot of content ideas in terms of like maybe reading like fan fiction reads related to webtoons, or more webtoon BLs, stuff that I found that is like golden hidden gems in the canvas area of webtoon, and just some original content that I also am thinking of making in the future of this channel. Maybe interviews and just a batch ideas. Also, like, stuff surrounding like, podcasts, and also like, more let's reads, the usual let's reads, like, the stuff that I do basically. It's still going to be adapted with this channel. So, just different stuff that I really want. There's just like, many ideas that I can have for, the fruition of this, of where this channel goes, because this whole monetization thing is not easy. But so far it's not really the worst, but it's just like, a little challenging here and there. But who knows? Pretty much next week it could be monetized, and we just never know. I know it's confident. I fill in all the boxes for the YouTube program, stuff like that, or the YPP. I think it's called the YouTube payment program. And I check all the boxes. It's just that I haven't checked the box of the AdSense, because that's a pain. Okay, can we just use something else? Does it have to be Google AdSense? Could it be like anything? And I know there's many ideas like, YouTube Shorts Fund, a membership, or, Patreon, which is something I've been trying to set up, even though I have no ideas for those. Of course, there are other ideas, but it's just that for this YPP would actually kick it off to be kind of like the main source for it all, at least for me. But yeah, you never know. Pretty much I could switch into different areas of where this channel going. And it, pretty much, I do want to make it good enough to know that it will be worth, any kind of monetization or anything, because I make zero money off this channel, like zero. So, if anything, yeah, we're just gonna, I'll just keep you guys updated or whatever that is. If anyone is interested, I know some of you don't really care about, oh, okay, whatever, your channel's monetizing, who cares, I get it, okay, but it's just something that I just feel like, I want to be very transparent about, of where this, this, I mean, I keep saying the future of this channel, because that's what it is, the future of this channel, okay? Anyways, let's get into some stuff that, especially, news surrounding, I don't know, anything, actually. I don't know what's really going on in terms of, like, news that is, like, major, like, oh, this happened, or, oh, are you shocked at this, last week? Maybe there is, or maybe there's a part of me where I just didn't pay attention, or maybe because it's like it's a little too much for this typical video series. But I mean, there's like a bunch of conventions going out there, especially the one that I talked about last week, which was VidCon. So pretty much there's like, a lot, like I don't know if it was backlash or anything. I mean, pretty much a lot of people that went to VidCon, a lot of them got like the Rona and all that, which is like, yeah, of course, because they have the mask required, which is okay, but it's like they yeah, it didn't result to actually much good things, especially the viral video of like uh what was it like man, I'm really good. Jeez, James Charles, yeah. I was like, wait, how do you direct? Is it Charlie James E. Charles? And yeah, I literally blanked out over there. I don't know why, but he got it, and pretty much like completely said like literally saying like this is not okay, which I don't blame him because when I caught it, I was like, yeah, it wasn't okay, okay, and there was other celebrities I believe that did catch it as well, and I guess that was it. And also they were saying like the whole convention is basically like a walk around or something. I mean, most people that were talking ish about like VidCon was like usually T channels, of course, but so far like when I went to the convention, I feel like I would get worth it depends on the price. If I actually it was worth going. It was if it was free and all of this other stuff was going on, and depending on how bad the convention would actually be if I went around any other area, whether it's the vendors or the dealership hall, if they do have one. Because remember, I never been to VidCon before. It's something that I wish I would like to experience, but it's something that I'm not also crazy about. I mean, it used to be like a whole YouTube thing. Now TikTok has taken over, so it's basically they call it TikTok Expo, which I don't blame because it's usually a bunch of TikTok, people, and also a bunch of Minecraft folks, which I don't know why. Okay. And also Roblox. I'm like, man, these two games, seriously, bring on the real ones. I know it's not a PAX, but you just gotta flush in like freaking like they had like a dreams panel. That was crazy. I think if I if I went to that panel, I think my ears would break because you're just hearing a bunch of kids like screaming off their lungs. And I get it, it's Dream, okay, the famous Minecraft YouTuber. But man, if I would not like literally if I was like inches like or not inches like feet miles away, my ears would still break because it's just how loud like the fans were. I mean, I feel bad for Dreams. His ears must. I mean, I don't even know if Dreams was in there. This man's like he doesn't show his face. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know if he's like is this to go in there. I don't know if it's like the same situation of from this other YouTuber named Cryotic, and also didn't show his face, but also didn't show up in the convention. Just show up like via Zoom or whatever. Even before Zoom was popular for obvious reasons. So like I don't know if it's like that effect because again I didn't watch most of the panels except for like Mr. Beast and also some of the other panels which was like like talking about mental health or whatever, and yeah, that's what I saw, at least some of it. But for this one, RTX Austin, there's a couple of good stuff that I guess see good amount. Here's the thing, they didn't show any of it in their Rooster Teeth YouTube channel. I don't know why Rooster Teeth didn't stream much of it. I don't know if they're trying to keep it low key because of the number count of people in there. So I don't know. I don't know why they keep it low key or something like that. There's a part of me where they might because of course they have like a bunch of people wearing masks and being safe, and they're trying their best not to make it like a spreader event. And like I swear like what it was like, did it happen, did it not happen, like I don't know, like pretty much I wouldn't say I've been to like Rooster Teeth at all because it's a convention that at least some point, but when it comes to a convention especially that is like not close to my state, or even like I even struggle going to a convention in LA, and that did not happen. And I've been to a couple like alternatives that they have, like especially the Kind of Funny event in San Francisco, which was a long time ago, especially some of the events surrounding around here, TwitchCon, and also like some Let's Play events, and also Game Grumps. Like I know they're kind of like almost like in some cases similar than whatever event that Rooster Teeth had, especially during this time. But like it would be nice to actually see those events again, especially traveling, going there. Okay, like one of the I remember seeing MomoCon, and I wanted to go there, but for Rooster Teeth, like I probably would go there because I'm just a fan of Ruby, and that would be the only reason why I would go there. But it's like what did they have? Like, it's hard to see online to actually see what they have. That if you're not, like, going there, because they didn't really showcase it much in their like YouTube channel, or have you. I don't even know if they stream it. It could be going on, it could be not, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. I did know that the Ruby panel was happening because I did follow Calaxon and pretty much a bunch of Ruby tubers that actually was attending this panel, and they did talk a little bit about it, but so far, there's like, that's all I know. Other than that, let's get into a whole bunch of other stuff, especially surrounding gaming. Especially that this one is like for this particular podcast, it's supposed to be like the Nintendo Switch Direct review or whatever, even though I'm barely a gaming channel, but I just saw a bunch of games that was pretty cool. And one of them is pretty much starting off, it's called the Mini Direct. They showcase a bunch of games that I didn't really care much about, like new Monster Hunter game, Sunbreak, I believe it's called, Nier Automata, and also Lorely, the Laser Eyes, which looks okay. Super Bomberman, there's a new one, okay, it's called like R2. I don't know what happened to R1. But Pac-Man World Remake or Repack, I don't know why what is a repackage or something? Repack? I see what you did there. Pac-Man World, I wish they had the remake for the third one. The third Pac-Man, okay? I get it. The first, second, I don't even know if I played those. But the ones I played that, is Pac-Man, that is one of the best kind of like Pac-Man games in my opinion, would be the third one, which I believe I played it on the PlayStation a long time ago when Blockbuster was around, if anybody remembers that. It was such a good platformer, one of my favorites to observe, and I think also playing on Game Boy, this was a long time ago, holy crap. Makes me feel old when I talk about it. But there was also another game I was looking forward. It was this Bambi black and white game. It's called Blanc, and it had a black and white filter, and also in a snowy area. And it also has co-op play. It's text free. So I don't know. I'm looking at it. I'm like, yo, this looks pretty interesting. Also another interesting game that is not really for me, but there was a lot of current controversy surrounding it, or at least the dev, especially controversy of the haters hating on the dev, which is a game called Return to Monkey Island. I believe there's an older game that this game was based on, but I'm not sure much about it. But I heard it's a cool game. I didn't really heard much at all in terms of other than the controversy surrounding it. But why do people gotta hate on the art and stuff like that? I know. Listen, it's not for me. I could care less. But I'm not out here freaking bashing the dev, oh, you don't deserve to be a developer or whatever they said. They say something out of line, talking about their family, stuff like that, and that's kind of messed up. I'm like, why would you do that? But yeah, that's pretty much what they bring, what I heard in the news of reports of the haters, because I don't really know much about it. All I know is that this dev was getting a lot of backlash, pointless backlash from the comments about the art. And I'm just like, what? Isn't it somewhat better than the other ones, as I seen? I think the other ones had an 8-bit style or something like that, and this one's sort of this artistic upgrade to it. And I get it, it doesn't look appealing, at least for me, it's not my cup of tea. It looks appealing, but not my cup of tea. But I don't understand what the hate is all about. Anyways, moving on to the next game. Lil Noah, which is this JRPG player kind of game. I said player former. Why did I put that? I put things in this notes and the typo just rips it out. Just rips it out of his face Anyways, Railgrade, which is not a train game. That looks cool. RPG Time, The Legend of Rights, which is a color book game. And I'm thinking to myself, wait, didn't Plucky Squire, the other game that they announced, really had the same concept? But I guess this is sort of even though that Plucky Squire, that's a better visual game compared to this color book game, if I gotta be honest. Okay, I don't know what RPG Time, The Legend of Right. I say you just go for Plucky Squire. I mean, that's better. Anyways, Sonic Frontiers, saw the trailer for this. Oh boy, the visuals, I can see the flaws, okay? It's not fooling anyone. I'm kind of worried how this game will look or be out there. And it's a mixed bag for so many people of this game, especially those that grew up with Sonic. I'm not much of a Sonic fan, even though, that's basically my childhood and one of my first ever video games I ever played in my life. And I'm just kind of like curious, like, what is this open world Sonic game has to offer? What is it gonna, really concentrate on and commit to? Like, is it gonna be something like just like Sonic Ventures? Like, because I remember playing Ventures 2, Sonic Heroes. Those are my like childhood favorites. But for this one, I'm not sure what it's gonna bring to the table. Okay. But we're just gonna wait and see. Also, next is like Disney Dreamlight Valley, aka Disney Sims or Disney Crossing, literally Animal Crossing Disney. But to me, it's freaking Sims with Disney characters. It looks cool. Looks like a game I'm kind of curious to check out. That's for sure. I don't need to go to Disney. I can just play this because the tickets are expensive. Have you seen the cruise ship too? Damn. I don't know. Anyways, Live Alive, which is, I just call it Live Alive, okay? That's another game that's out there, I guess. The new Doraemon game, which, I don't know if I say that correctly, Doraemon, whatever. It has a long title. I just call it a Doraemon game. Oh, new Doraemon game. I don't even know if you say that, correctly, which is like, I don't know if it's Doraemon or Doraemon, whatever. I'm not Japanese. I don't, if I ever try to say in the right pronunciation, I don't know. When is that day ever gonna come when I'm, not really into like the whole Doraemon universe? Yeah, Doraemon universe. Yeah, that's what they call it. Anyways, it's a farming game, that's for sure. That's all I got from it. Minecraft Legends. This one is like an action strategy with smooth graphics. That's all. That's all I can say. I mean, I've been trying to get back to Minecraft itself, but Portal Knights has been swallowing me up. Okay, that sounds wrong. Next is like Dragon Quest Treasures, which is, I call it Pokemon as a joke. Oh, it's Pokemon. Oh man, the Dragon Quest fan is gonna kill me. Oh, it's Pokemon. It's not. And then it goes into this like very cool recap with like just the coolest soundtrack. I'm just kind of still curious about the song. And then they announced Portal Companion package or whatever. Just a bunch of stuff from Portal, the Portal series, which is like, yeah, that's cool. Why not? And then they also like announced this game that I was kind of like interested to check out. It's called Harvestella. Okay, Harvestella, or I just call it Harvestella. Y'all, dude, Harvestella, dude. Yeah, it's kind of reminds me of Garden Eden, but and also Rune Factory in a way. And it's like like I don't know. It has like I'm starting to grow when it comes to like different JRPGs and stuff like that I've been looking at, especially trying to catch up on Final Fantasy. But at this point, it's impossible because there's so many freaking Final Fantasy games. I don't understand. But it's like this game looks kind of interesting. It looks nice. The visuals and the story behind it or something like that. I don't know. I feel like if I play this game, I will lose so many hours of it. I swear it reminds me of another game that I played on the PS5 when I was visiting my cousins because I personally don't have a PS5. And I don't know, it just reminds me of it. Like, it's sort of like a free, like, it like some of the other RPGs that I play, like open world or massive like open worlds out there, or massive multiplayers it's called, that I've been playing. Like, it just reminds me of that. But this one kind of looks cleaner. It looks interesting. So I'm kind of like down to check it out. And also, Persona 5 is finally on the Switch, even though you can just play it on the Steam Deck. Let me tell you. I mean, there's this talk about the Steam Deck compared to the Switch, and there's a lot of like talk about how the Switch is like losing itself through the Steam Deck, because the Steam Deck is like winning, and a lot of people are not like in love with the Switch as they used to be, which I kind of understand that. But at the same time, for me personally, I mean, I'm poor, so I gotta have that Switch. I feel like the Switch in some cases is good for like, especially the mini Switch, the Switch Lite is like, in some cases, like just, perfect for anyone that is like, doesn't have that amount of money that wants to play the new games. And all they have is like enough money for like the $200 for like the Switch Lite. So it's kind of like, good for some folks out there that, for on a budget. But for this one, I've seen, of people talking about how the Steam Deck is taking over the Switch. It makes sense, especially the amount of games that I've been seeing on Steam. Like, imagine playing them like on the go. Like, that's just mad convenience. That's just amazing. Especially able to play those games, any game, on the Steam Deck, any game that you see, no matter how many gigs, because I can't play a lot of games on my PC because of the gigs. But when I have a Steam Deck, it can actually be very possible. And that's something that I kind of see as like, a full advantage as they have for Steam, as PC gaming is taking over. I even heard that like PlayStation is thinking of making their own like PC gaming kind of like software or something like that. I don't know. It's something related to that. But so far, that's all I heard of from the Nintendo Direct. I'm not much a fan of like Persona, to be honest. It is something I'm interested to catch up. But other than that, yeah, that's what they have for the Switch Direct. And one of the games I'm looking forward to is basically Blanc and Harvestella. Harvest. I just like saying it like that. Harvestella. Okay. Next up is pretty much last news between gaming. I saw the trailer for Skate, and that looks cool. I call it Skate 4, but the Skate game looks nice. Okay. They had like little, different segments, create your own character designs. I was looking at new different like, clothings. I wonder if they had like New Balance in the game, new skateboard clothing. And for a game, because I love the Skate series. It's one of my favorites because I skate, especially Skate 3. I've been playing that every day in my room. So it's like one of my kind of like favorite downtimes to actually play. Especially how the better you get at the game, the more creative you can get with just the different levels. And also it's like one of my favorite kind of like podcast kind of games to listen to a podcast and play it. And this one actually has like some parkour, has different level designs, and they're still working on it. It's not complete. You see the little glitches here and there. They're still working on it. I don't know how long they're going to work on it, but I can't wait to get my hands on it. Hopefully at the time when I do have enough money to get a PS5, I don't know where they're going to put this game. PS5, Nintendo Switch, like I'm down to buy it wherever. I don't know what the price is, but hopefully I when I get my channel monetized or something like that, hopefully I will receive the money to actually get this game. Okay, it's going down. Anyways, that's it for the gaming news. Let's talk about some animation stuff. And I did mention about RTX Austin 2022, about the Ruby panel. And they did have a Ruby panel, and also they did showcase some Ruby stuff, especially how Ruby itself is like, pretty much in some cases like showing its love to the, Ruby tutors, the Ruby tubers, and also the Ruby content creators that basically is based on Ruby or anything else at that point. But for Ruby, like it just makes sense. It's like, something that's I find very wholesome. It's something that is a very smart business move on Rooster Teeth's end. And for what they have to offer, there was a Volume 9 trailer and a clip snippet. This very Wonderland-ish snippet where it's about Ruby Rose trying to find his friends in the island. If you've never seen, like, and I'm not going to spoil much of it, but if you've seen Volume 8 of Ruby, you know what I'm talking about, especially the ending. And this one is a continuation of that in the island that Ruby is in, trying to find her friends. And so far, it looks nice, a little adorable, like, mouse character. And you got this, like, loud flamingo as well. And it really sets up to what's bound to happen within the Ruby series, or, well, what this island really shares. And it's something that I kind of am curious to see. So those are the aspects, and pretty much I'm looking forward to all of that. Especially knowing that I haven't seen much of, like, I was like, man, finally something from Ruby, because it's been a long time. And not only that, I get to see one of my, favorite YouTubers are, like, which is part of the Ruby fandom, Murder of Birds, Glaxon, making content again with Ruby. And I'm going to be doing the same, reviewing all of the volumes, because that's something I've been planning to do for the longest time. But since there hasn't been anything new from Ruby, I haven't been really looking forward or excited to actually talk much about it, It's just something that, I'm like, yeah, whatever, But now, since Ruby 9 is official and it's coming, I guess it's only right to actually, make some reviews talking about it, in a random day, post them up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the whatever is happening within the Ruby fandom. Ruby content as well. And all of that. And also, like, hopefully we get a continuation of like a Ruby Chibi, because I missed that too. Anyways, let's get into this main thing that I made this video up for. I can tell you right now is the has-been content. My boy Huskers. So yeah, pretty much has its own character reveal. We've seen Angels, we've seen Vaggie, we've seen Charlie. Charlie is the best one, let me be honest. Angel, and I'm waiting for Nifty. I'm not sure Nifty's right there. I don't know. I haven't been catching up on Twitter. I haven't been looking at Twitter much, but I've been seeing a lot of, pointers about the Husk reveal. And I don't know anything much about it. It just looks okay. That's all I can say. I don't know. I try to make that a big deal. Like, oh, let me tell you about Husker. Oh, boy. It looks okay. I don't know. Okay? You see him. He's styling, pretty much just hanging the bar, chilling like a villain. And I'm just like drooling, like, oh, Huskers. Yeah, it's just like, that's why I sing. Okay? So pretty much, yeah, the character reveal, just like that. Okay? I don't know what they changed. You got other people analyzing the different, what about this loop, the hair, and it's like this, the hat, the colors, and shut up. Okay, just shut up. All right, it's Huskers. I don't see much about it. The same thing with, maybe some of Charlie, but Angel does, Vaggie, and I don't know, Alistair. Like, I don't see much, very minimalistic. But maybe I don't see the characters that way. I don't analyze it like, oh, ooh, they changed this. Ooh, no, okay, I don't see it like that. Anyways, but yeah, stop hitting my boy Huskers. Okay. Anyways, yeah, and also I did see something I want to talk about, Amphibia. I saw the season 3 finale. I finally finished it. I've been talking about it. I believe 4 months ago. Then I finally finished it. And I was like, yeah, it was deep. Man, it's just something that they bring in the table. Like that emotional ending. Like, I swear, I'm not going to spoil it, but they show that timeline and stuff like that. Man, like 10 years later or whatever, I'm like, whoa, this is deep, And especially the different, you know what I mean. I'm not going to spoil it, but the different scenes, especially what these 3 teenage girls, are going through, that it was emotional. I mean, there are other, animations that are emotional as well. I can name a good amount of them. I believe, some of the volumes from Ruby as well. And also, I don't know, like Voltron. I remember, seeing the timelines that they use that different, the same kind of, strategy timeline that they use, and showing the ending and how it really ends. It was satisfying. And one thing this is not a spoiler, but from what I heard, this Amphibia season 3 is literally the last season. It's kind of like the end of the book. It's over. It's over. And I never felt that since Voltron or like BoJack Horseman. Oh my gosh. That was emotional. And also different other animations as well. And when it comes down to ending, really we're done, and one of the biggest ones that I witnessed, that kind of made me tear up, and I'm not a brony, but it was My Little Pony, the literally last season, the end of the book, season 9 or whatever, I forget. And it was they closed the book. It was over. I know that's probably a spoiler, maybe not. I'm not going to tell you the plot of how they led to that or what happened to the characters, but they finished the book because they started the book in season 1 and they ended in this season. It was oh! So yeah, I can really feel, especially for Amphibia, even though it's not that crazy, it just feels satisfying just to have to finish all that. Going through all the episodes, rewatching, and just going to the end. Satisfying. That's what I want with my stories, let me tell you. And yeah, that's what I have for this day's VinzTalk. Thank you guys for watching. Keep in mind, some new stuff, some changes going to happen in the channel, some big changes, and some big content, okay? I'm really going to work hard just to give you the biggest content and hopefully to work more with Webtoon and work with other creators in the future. So keep an eye on that. And also keep an eye on my boy Stefan. We're doing a podcast together. It's going downtown in these streets. And I'll see you when I see you. I'm out of here. Okay, peace. Bye.